Spain also faced a new rival. With France gone from North America, Spain now shared a Mississippi River border with the British colonies. The British also occupied Florida, which had been one of the first areas occupied by the Spanish in the 1500s, and the British fortified the important port of Pensacola. Tensions mounted along this new Spanish and British line. There were other troubles brewing in faraway colonial cities like Boston, Massachusetts, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In 1775, the British American colonists rebelled. On July 4th, 1776, they declared their independence from Great Britain and the creation of the United States. The French joined the war the following year and sent weapons, money, and a fleet to the coast of America. The old Bourbon family compact kicked in, and they turned to Spain to help fight the British. The Spanish had some very capable administrators. Bernardo Vicente de Galvez y Madrid was the governor of Louisiana. On June 21st, 1779, Spain joined France in the war against Great Britain. He raised an army of 7,000 men, including U.S. volunteers, to retake Florida. Galvez needed to feed these men. He turned to Texas. The Adeaseños, some 500 people removed from Los Adeas and elsewhere in East Texas by the recent reforms, returned to their old neighborhoods. Antonio Gil y Barbo established the town of Nacogdoches around the abandoned mission buildings of Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe de los Nacogdoches. This settlement would soon become a useful outpost in Galvez's plan. There were another 3,000 Tejanos among two other centers of population, Bear and La Bahia, and their associated missions. There were also thousands of cattle and horses. Galvez sent agents to buy 2,000 head of beeves and hired vaqueros from the missions and settlements to drive this livestock up the Camino Real to Nacogdoches and beyond into Louisiana. By the end of the war in 1782, Tejanos drove thousands of animals into Louisiana. Some of the vaqueros stayed to tend the animals or joined the militia fighting against the British. Tejano families also donated money, a sacrifice for many families, to support the cause of U.S. independence. Galvez recaptured Florida with this assistance. The British recognized the independence of the United States in 1783. New Spain now had new neighbors. Officials in New Orleans and upriver in St. Louis were wary of these Americans. They believed in a form of government called a republic. This would not sit well with the King of Spain. They tried to keep Americans out and were successful at first. But then the world changed again.